Hello, guys, and welcome back to Talking Basketball with the boys. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
back again.
it's been a while,
Yeah,
but today just back with another weekly report. So
yeah.
basic
Some
stuff.
injury updates,
Mm.
some MVP ranking, updates, and team of the week, players of the week, and
Just basic stuff.
basics. But yeah, where do we
Mm.
start?
Let's start with team in the East, and that would be our
Yeah,
Knicks.
the Knicks.
Believe it or not.
Can't believe I just pronounced that. Anyway, yeah. So the Knicks.
Yeah, currently got a 6 game winning streak. Had a few good dubs this week. They got a nice win against the Pelicans twice, also against the
Mavs,
Mavs and
yeah.
Lakers. So a good week for the Knicks. Where do you think this team can go? Where do you think they'll stop?
Still, I don't think they're going to go far in the playoffs.
Mm.
Don't think they have the experience to, go far. And they're what now? Fifth,
Yeah,
sixth,
they're about fifth now. At
sixth.
Yeah, about six.
So,
At this stage, we're playing the Bucks first round, which
but tough.
might not be a sweep.
Not
I
a
think it could
sweep.
be competitive at least.
Yeah, but
Bucks in 5, Bucks in 6.
yeah. And Julius Randle
Yeah, he's doing
bring
good.
it.
He's doing very good.
Yeah. So, and the Knicks, I think the Knicks fans are happy. If you look back a few years back,
Definitely. I mean, at least being in the playoffs.
Yeah. And almost, they are exactly the same wins and losses as the Celtics. So, going to, you see, if they go to fifth, and they play against the Hawks, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
could be tight.
Yeah. At this stage, the East is B4 or 5.
Yeah.
Because 1 to 3 is too far away. Anything below 5, you're playing 1 to 3. You're not getting past the first round. So, I mean, you need that momentum. I mean, this is the playoffs. You need that momentum.
Yeah.
So, if the Knicks can be 4 or 5, they can get to the semifinals, which means at this stage they will play, let's say, Philly. Philly is still 1. So, the team that's 4th is going to play Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So, that's okay. I mean, you at least made it.
Yeah,
that's progression. From not being into the playoffs for about the last 9 years to making the semis. That is a huge improvement.
Yeah.
And the next season you can build on that. You've got little cap space opening up. You've got youngsters improving as well. Barrett still has to hit his prime. Mitchell still has to hit his prime. They got Emmanuel as well. So young team. If they can get the nice or good support around Randall, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna win a title, but
Definitely, no.
Team of the week, they're doing good.
Yeah, that's all.
Respect.
Then I'm thinking let's do the player of the week.
Yeah, so the player of the week in the East.
We're going with Russell Westbrook. Now, not the. No, this is Russ. He's always going to give you at least 20 points and then a triple double and the rest. And actually gave it to him because
Wizards also
win streak. So also, and he's averaging a triple double every single game for the last. Oh, not every single game.
Yeah, I got 4 triple doubles in
the last 5
games.
So
and he missed that one with 1 assist.
Stop hating.
So look, Russ, it's been coming. Last week he really helped the Wizards to just stay competitive when Beal was out. Yeah. Now Beal's back. Suddenly the Wizards on a 5-game winning streak, and all of a sudden they're almost in the playing games. And who would have thought, looking in the beginning of the season?
Yeah, they were not good.
Yeah, I mean, and looking at it from a standpoint now, I mean, if you look at the East, the play-in games at this stage, teams that are competing for are the Raptors, Wizards, Bulls, Pacers, and Hornets are at 8.
Yeah.
From all of those teams there, I mean, the Wizards do have a shot because a lot of teams have been inconsistent or been struggling with injuries. So if they can make the play-in games, they definitely have a shot at least being in the playoffs. And then obviously we're going to play Philadelphia or Nets, depending on who's won the first round, which I can't really see them get over. But, taking injuries into consideration, if Joel Embiid picks up another injury, or let's say the Nets are first and KD and Harden is still out injured, all of a sudden, I mean, the upset could be on the books. I know it's still a while away, But great week for us.
Mm.
His week stats, 23 points per game with 14 rebounds and almost 13 assists. On solid efficiency, not the greatest, but definitely a
For
big.
free.
Yeah, I mean, for
struggling
free, he's struggling. Didn't take a lot of shots, but 47% from the field, which is good. That's above league average. So very good week for us, Westbrook.
Yeah.
And turnovers a little bit high, 4.8, but you have to take in consideration this guy's the primary ball handler on the Wizards.
Yeah.
So obviously the teams are going to be on him, which means his ratio is going to be a little bit higher. But still, 5 turnovers to about 13 assists. That's fairly decent. So
Yeah.
so you have to take that into consideration as
Yeah.
well.
So we're going to the West, and we gave the team in the West the Nuggets. Why? Because it's Nuggets.
Yeah, 3-game winning streak.
It's 3-game winning streak.
At this moment, there's a couple of teams who did good.
Like the Golden State Warriors.
6-4,
but the Nuggets are on an 8-2 run, which is a lot better.
Yeah, but the Jazz has been struggling. The Suns always has been good. The Clippers also has been good. But the Nuggets, they went on an 8-game winning streak. Then they lost 2 and they rebounded. Bounced back with 3 on the spot. So well done to the Denver Nuggets.
And they definitely solidified himself as a top 4.
Yeah, I can't see any team below them taking them, past at this stage.
No,
don't really consider.
Not.
Maybe they can still catch the Clippers to be free. Difficult to say. I don't think 1 and 2 is realistic at this stage.
Yeah, that's too far.
With the Donovan Mitchell injury, which we'll get into later, maybe the Jazz will fall.
And I don't know the Suns will take first. But the season is not far away from playoffs. Let's be honest. It's still there's still a lot of games, but we're going to. It's almost where they're going to say, okay, these guys they're very qualified for playoffs. They're not going to fall out.
Looking at it now, the Nuggets are basically 5 games behind the Jazz, 4 behind the Suns, and 2 behind the Clippers. So I don't think the 1 spot is unrealistic. I just don't think it's highly likely at this stage.
Yeah.
But you never know. The Clippers can make a slip up. The Suns can make a slip up with injuries. So team of the week for now. And this also just helps Jokic MVP.
Yeah.
Right, very a lot. And then the player.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be Curry. This guy had a phenomenal scoring week, and not just that, with his efficiency is insane.
Yeah, and they also won games.
And
with that as well. It's one thing to put up good stats; it's another thing to put up good stats and win. But look, almost 45 points last 5 games on over 50 from field and over 50 from free.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's just absolutely insane. Turnovers has been fairly decent as well. Only 4 turnovers. He didn't have a lot of assists, only 5.
Yeah.
5 assists for 4 turnovers, not great. But look, when you're putting up 45 points
it's not.
On average, on 50%, look, you can have as much turnover as you want. So he's been doing good, very good. But this team, we talked about it. I don't know.
No,
they're still even with the Spurs. On games win. The Pelicans aren't too far behind them. They still have to be in the playing games, extra games to play. Then they still have to get through the playing games. And let's say they do get through it. The first game that's likely going to be the Suns or Jazz.
And that is a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to go to the playoffs. Curry's on a hot streak now, and hot streak doesn't continue for.
Yeah, it might be peaking, and it might be peaking at the wrong time. But not discrediting anything.
Yeah, not taking anything.
But you also what if, let's say hypothetically, obviously, let's say Klay Thompson does get back before the playoffs, just hypothetically speaking, then all of a sudden it might change.
Yeah, because then they have to Curry and Klay definitely scoring.
And taking injuries in consideration, if someone from the Jazz also picks up injury. But that's the thing about the Jazz. they've got a deep squad, you know.
Yeah, it's not
Mitchell is
just...
out for now, but they still got Jordan Clarkson on the point. And I mean, he's hot, you know, you can play that guy on shooting guard as well. So, you know, they've got options. What if Curry gets injured? You know, that's what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah,
it's
so
difficult, yeah.
let's go to our MVP rankings and then we do the injuries last. So MVP rankings, yeah.
Yeah, 5. We've added Curry.
We don't know actually who's at 5. There isn't actually now a player for us at 5.
Really, there isn't, because Lillard hasn't been playing good.
Lillard is just absolutely horrible.
Yeah. And then Curry has been great, but what about team performance?
Yeah.
You know, can he really be MVP at 9?
Yeah.
At the 9th seed, you know, arguably the 10th seed, you know, same points as the Spurs, like mentioned.
And that's why our 4 is also Luka. Yes, he's doing good, but the team isn't performing like the Mavs should perform. And they like at 7th now.
Yeah, they're 7th. They can make a push. I mean, this is a team that if they just go on a nice winning streak, I'm not even talking about 10-0. I'm just talking here about a 4 or 3 game, you know, winning streak. Then all of a sudden they can be 5, like legit. So they just have to work around it. But I mean, Luka has been doing good. He's been doing great. So just keeping him there in the mix, keeping the guys on their toes. There's a lot of guys you can add, but I mean, due to injuries, you have to take a guy out.
Yeah, you can't, like KD came back and now he's injured again, so you can't. Harden also, I don't think is even in the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
So then okay, let's just say. Third we haven't beaten, second Giannis, but I think there is an argument to switch these two around.
Yeah, if you put Embiid at 2, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, yeah.
We have Embiid at 3 because...
Still coming back.
Yeah, still coming back.
And
he plays a game, then he misses a game, then he plays a game. So, I mean, also Giannis also missed a couple of games, but Giannis has played a lot more games than Embiid this season. So, keeping Giannis at 2 for now, but next week this might be different. So, if you have Embiid at 2...
That's fine. We understand that. And then at 1, and still for a few weeks, Jokic.
Yeah, for a few weeks now.
Yeah, it's actually
almost a month now.
Yeah. And this is like on the NBA, it's also in their rankings, Jokic first. And I think it's very where he needs to be.
It's fair. We're talking here about not only stats, but also about, you know, team performance. And not only that, but, you know, impact when this guy does not play or doesn't have the ball. It's just all around, you know, this is most valuable player. Take this guy out of the Nuggets, and I'm telling you, the Nuggets barely even scrape the play in games.
Yeah.
Put him into this team, and all of a sudden, you know, they're top 10 team in the NBA. We said it all season, if the Nuggets can be a top 3 team, he's going to win MVP. At this stage, they're 4. Great streak. I mean, Aaron Gordon really has helped out a lot for Jokic as well. And the big problem at this stage here is what are we going to do with the whole Jamal Murray issue? We'll also get into that later. But, you know, as we all know, his ACL went. He's out for the season. I don't think he's coming back.
No.
How is this not going to affect the Nugget season, but also Jokic's MVP? And like I said, the team of the week. 3 wins on the spot, so it doesn't seem to be affecting him too much. The other big thing is, you know, will Jokic be burnt out by the time we get to the playoffs?
Yeah, that's also the big question.
So, I mean, look, we've got him at 1. I think he's fairly solidified 1, but look, it's still tight. If Joel Embiid plays like he's been playing in the beginning of the season, if Giannis and the Bucks can start winning a couple of games, it's still very tight. Yeah. Even if Luka and the Mavs can pick up a couple of games, you know, be the 5th seed, you know, a dark horse for the MVP as well. So there's a lot of points for the MVP. I mean, this year's MVP has been much better than last year.
Yeah, definitely. Last year,
Giannis just ran away with it.
And the year actually before it also.
Yeah, there's a little bit of James Harden talk in 2019, but
not really. Then injury updates. I think let's talk about AD and LeBron.
Yeah.
Now, did we talk about this last week?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we did mention it, yeah.
But 80, we thought 80 would already be back. That was the prediction, you know.
The Lakers unofficially said that you would be match fit before the game to play against the Hornets, so you would be back for the game against was it Celtics, yeah.
Yeah.
And then play the 2 games against Utah. Didn't play any of those games, but now hearing he is match fit, but he's highly unlikely to play the next game, but he is match fit. So we've been talking about this, and
Yeah, it's sus.
it was said that he would have been back by the All-Star break, just after All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
That's now been 6-7 weeks.
Yeah, it's a long time, eh?
So,
Jeez.
did he pick up another injury? Because if he did, why wasn't it reported?
Well, they want to. Yeah, but
Just going out on a limb.
LeBron, they said
LeBron, end of
April.
End of April.
So it's still that's still.
That's still the
it
date.
should be highly likely that he comes back because
Yeah,
it's not even that big of an
it's
injury.
not a serious injury.
Come on,
It's a little
it's
bit
just
of
a little
sprained
sprain
ankle.
on your ankle. Like how many times have we done it and we played rugby and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
and you
which
just
is
go on. Just
a,
go on for that.
a lot.
And I can understand if you want to rest them for a little while.
Yeah.
But I mean, a little while, a month is not a little while to rest. I mean, how many games could they have won?
One,
yeah. I mean, now we're at the 5th seed. They're still the 5th seed, which is we're playing 4. So we're playing Nuggets at this stage. That's a difficult game to play. If these guys come back when it's said that they will come back, talking about end of April, they could possibly even drop further to 6 or 7, and then they have to come back. That's gonna be difficult. So
yeah, anyway.
I don't know. I think it might be more serious than mentioned.
Yeah, definitely the
The
80,
LeBron
yeah.
one, I don't think is serious.
I think it's just resting.
I think they're just
stuff.
resting him, making the best of the situation. He is injured, but he's already recovered.
Yeah, because he said he doesn't need rest. So the
Yeah.
injury came at a nice time for him to
Yeah,
just,
just to rest, just
and
regroup.
come back.
Year 18, doesn't
Anyway.
get fatigued. So
Anyway.
take that mom vacation.
Then, let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
Then next, we just talked about Murray, ACL, and that's a big injury.
Yeah,
so
it's a big injury.
he's maybe out for maybe till next season or halfway through the season. We don't know how severe.
Yeah, there's always a
injury
degree
is.
to ACL injuries. Sometimes it might just be a little tear. Other times it's. I mean, Porzingis was I think a year and 6 months.
Yeah, he was fine. Yeah.
He was out for 18 months, and then you get other players. I think Zlatan Ibrahimovic was only out for 4 months with an ACL scare. Ramel Falcao as well, only 6 months. So depending on how bad it is. I mean, Cousins was about 10 months.
Yeah, but then we talk about Klay Thompson, who's out for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
So
he's also been out. For
we'll see how that goes, and then big shocker, or actually the Nets and KD and Harden. And
just for a whole Nets
team, and we talked about this a few times. This team. I don't know. I don't think this team is.
I still have them in contenders because the injuries haven't been like wow. I mean, this is like a career. It's not been ACL. It's not been Achilles. It's not been any type of broken legs or broken hips or dislocated whatever.
Broken hands.
Meniscus, patella. It's been just like thigh and ankle.
And look, the team is almost like 40 years average age, so you got to get injuries.
Old team.
It is.
And this team hasn't played a lot of games together. Really hasn't. I mean, Blake's new, and now all of a sudden Aldridge retired.
Just like that.
Like, bam. I mean, that's also just another conversation for other day.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Aldridge retired. Blake Griffin, frankly, has been the only player they acquired that has been good. And been playing and been fit, ironically enough. Kyrie Irving's still on the roster. I mean, he didn't really have injuries this season, so I mean, Kyrie is fine. But every game he's playing with another group. Every game it's a different type of player. It's a different type of guy.
And that's why they don't have the chemistry.
They need chemistry. You're not just gonna build chemistry like this, especially if you have players. I mean, how many All-Star appearances?
No, that's a lot
on that team. How many egos? How many?
I think it's over 20.
I mean, look,
More.
We all know Kevin Durant and his burner accounts and his Twitter beef. We all know Kyrie and the media.
Yeah, he just has problems.
We all know James Harden. I mean, look,
Blake Griffin is just his biggest problem is he doesn't have any knees anymore.
Yeah.
He can't even jump actually.
But he's been doing good.
He's actually one of
them.
And DeAndre Jordan is just, I don't know what he's not even starting, so I don't know what's going on there.
The big problem here is, apart from injuries, is chemistry. Apart from chemistry, it's what is the rotation going to be like? Who are you going to play? Are you going to start Blake, or are you going to start DeAndre Jordan? Are you going to play everyone at once? Or are you going to play Harden, Kyrie, and KD at the same time? Are you going to switch it around just to keep one good guy on the floor? And that's all up to Steve Nash. The injuries he can't do anything about. But look, this team is like the best team ever on 2K. This is the fun game. This is the Philadelphia team. You know, on 2K, it's always a great team to play.
They're OP and in real life they look shit.
But in real life, age, injuries, egos. Look,
0% chemistry between any of those players.
If they win a title, it's going to be a miracle. At this stage, I'm thinking it's even impossible for them to get past the second round. They get past the first round on talent.
Yeah, and then
getting past the second round if they have to play the Bucks. Let's assume the Bucks is fit, as they've been fairly been this whole season.
Well, actually, quite fit. Yeah.
Middleton and Drew Holiday, Giannis as well. Not a lot of injuries. So if they can stay fit, they can probably get an easy first round. And look, it's going to be difficult for the Nets. They're going to struggle. They're going to be a good
team. And then
team.
They're getting highly likely the Philly and if they go through all of that, they have to play a Philly team.
At least they know Philly is also going to have injuries.
Embiid is fit, they're not going to win it because there's nobody that can stop Embiid at the moment in the paint.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan maybe 5 years back.
Yeah,
but 5 years back,
not anymore. Then injury, Mitchell, he has like foot injury or something, but that's the Jazz doesn't need him. The Jazz has depth, like Christian said.
They got Jordan Clarkson to fill up that spot.
And,
and that's what they've been doing. They got Ingles to fill up that spot. They got Bogdanovic to fill up that spot. Obviously, we're going to miss Mitchell, but I don't think he's going to be too long. I think he went for the MRI, no severe damage. Said a couple of games. We didn't say how much. So a couple of games for me is anything between 2 and, obviously a couple means 2, but, anything between 2 and 10 games. Yeah. So I'm thinking about 2 to 3 weeks, give or take, which is a nice little rest for them. And
actually quite at a good time for him. If Mitchell gets hot, he's extremely hot from shooting everything.
This whole Jazz team can just light up in seconds, and that's scary. And a lot of people are saying they're brittle, they don't have the experience. I mean, look, you've got a case to be... There is a case to be made for the Jazz. But on the other end of the discussion, what about the fact that they have been a playoff team for the last 3 years? They got past the first round, I think, on one occasion.
Yeah.
And the other times, they had difficult matchups. They lost in 7. Look, the team has been good, and they won in the West for a reason. Can they stay there? I think they can. At worst, they're going to be second.
Yeah, at worst.
So, they will get past the first round. Yeah. They will be a tough team to beat in the semis. I'm not saying they're going to win it. I'm just saying, look, don't overlook the Jazz. A dark horse. Last season, everyone was saying also, a dark horse, maybe a top 3 team. Didn't quite happen, lost against 7 against the Nuggets. But I mean, you lost against 7 against the Nuggets. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Yeah. So this season, you're better. And look, this team, I think they can go all the way, at least to the finals.
But we're gonna do that predictions later on. Yeah, with our brackets. Yeah, but guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let us know what you think. Your MVP rankings, your your takes on the injuries, and what you think is just maybe just let us know. We are here.
Yeah, as always, links in the description. Spotify, Twitter. Instagram, I don't know, Facebook, but Facebook, all the YouTube stuff. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, cheers.
Adios.